Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? Well, it's Arcfall, and I had the time to make one video, so I didn't want to waste my time with stuff that kind of already been covered with the Arcfall videos that have been put out there. I may still get around to doing one, but I thought, what's going to be most important is talking about these hostels. So let's talk about the hostels real quick. They are located in this system right here, kind of just to the east of where you've got like the Zindi, and south, I guess, of the place where we use the Revenant, which of course, for those who don't know, is just west of where the Federation space is. So let's go ahead and I will send my hostel. I'll talk about this in a minute, but I found that hitting the 59s was the most effective for me. And I think we'll talk about it, but I think this is gonna be a progression kind of thing. And hopefully it's not. You'll have to let me know in the comment section below, but hopefully it's not so much of a grind that you feel like overwhelmed. I know that's the big thing, that players and myself are always feeling like, come on, Scopely, don't copy paste, don't add like a 30-minute loop every month without taking stuff away. Let's get some balance, right? Okay, so we've got this hostel, and I can't even see like the different. I think there's supposed to be buttons there, right? Anyways, so ship ability increases weapon damage by 6,000%, critical damage floor by 150%, isolated damage by 500%, and critical damage by 300. So yeah, they actually look like to me like X-Borg, don't they? Do they look like export to you? Anyways, so they're a tough hostile. Second thing that we have here increases hypothermic decay by 50% and all mitigation stats by 3,200 or 3,200. Wow, that's a spicy ship. Okay. So what I get when I hit these hostels, and first off, I started by using my Borg cube because I thought I need something that can punch, but I found out that that's not really the case. For what I'm able to hit, I'm taking them out in one round, and you have to think, if you're taking them out in one round, why do you take so much hull damage? But if we look at one of the battle reports, for example, let's look at it. And that's one where I think I used my, was this one? No, this wasn't one. I'll talk about that in a second. But man, they punch hard. So let's look and let's see what happens here. So before anything triggers, and I even tested this with like different officers like Vemet. Who else did we try? Just a lot of different officers that we tried today. But before anything triggers, this hostile fires this weapon, right? And this one I'm hitting has hypothermic decay at 50%. So dealing 1.6 was that 1,000 million billion, 1.6 billion in damage. I have my stabilizer at 10%. So I mitigated some of that with it, but I still took a good chunk. So then I've got all my below deck officers triggering right there. It does a little bit more damage right there, but then I'm firing a lot of shots and I take it out in one round. And this is, well below where I probably should be hitting. But if I hit any higher, the thermal whatever damage, the hypothermic decay is enough that it just doesn't work. As I think is what we kind of discussed as we were looking at this earlier today with me and some of my alliance mates. Shout out to you guys for all your help as we were looking at some of this today. Deli, Archer, and Dagger. Thank you so much. It was really fun. We hopped on a voice chat today. It was a lot of fun. So what we kind of came to the conclusion is that because we really don't need officers that are taking out the hostile in a shorter amount of time. Even like buffing it with like the Cerritos, you're still taking it on one round. And no matter what you do to buff your ship or whatever, you're still taking it out in one round. So thinking about officers like Pick Q for healing your whole health, he doesn't trigger until like the second round after you've taken damage, and so that doesn't help because you take it out in one round. at least that was my experience. And I suspect even G5 players may have a similar experience. You'll have to tell me what level you're able to go up to. I think the goal should be here, put some, what'd you call it? Put some loot crew. Like I have Picard, Picard, I've got Rachel Garrett, and I have 511 on this one. You could also put for some extra isolytic like data on there. My ship is out, so let me recall and I'll show you kind of what I had in the below decks. But I figure, you know what? I'm hitting these. I'm only killing like 2 of them. I found that if I use my field repairs for my Enterprise D, that I could actually, I have determined it's probably not worth it because of the short warp time, just repair and send back. But as a test, I was able to hit 1, use my field repairs, and I was able actually to hit 3 because I used field repairs on like the first hostile or the second one, I think it was. But anyways, I was able to hit more than the 2, getting plenty of loot for many days with the current SMS that is going on. But let's have a look. I'll show you kind of my below deck. And the main officers that I'm kind of focusing on my below deck. I do have Pick Q down here, although he's not doing anything, and neither is Hugh over here. The Voyager officers, they do procs, and so they do increase my damage, helping me to take it out quicker, I suppose. But I've got this beer whatever guy, this Doc Brown guy for the below deck, increasing my loot gained. I don't quite have him max, but there are ways to do that, so those are things, that's something I'm working on. But also adding the Renaissance Man from the EMH Doctor for increasing the hostile drops. So I know that I can only take out 2. And it's that darn hypothermic damage that just kills you. Okay. So if anyone comes across a strategy that works better, please let me know. But with this, what I'm basically doing is the same, saying to myself, there's no combination that's going to kill it quicker, especially before that weapon goes off. So I'm just trying to get as much loot from that hostile as I can. 2 hits, send back, 2 hits, send back. It's actually not bad when it's like a 20-30 second commute for me. But yeah, that's kind of my strategy going with that there. So where do we get more? Let's talk about a couple other quick things here. If we look at the building, if you're careful when you're upgrading a building, I think every like 5 levels, I think it is. I think like 1, 6, 11, and so forth. It resets the kind of your refinery and your turn-ins. So if you're careful with your turn-ins and you're using the codes that Scopely gave us today, and you're getting some blueprints, I guess they're called blueprints, for the new building. Excuse me. For the Recon Locus, you can actually get this thing up. I didn't watch mine as well as I should have. I probably could have had it to 25 or so, but it's just something that's going to slowly increase. And so the hypothermic stabilizer is the big one here. With all the other research in the game, this building, ship construction, and research speed kind of mean nothing to me. But anyway, so it's, I guess every little bit helps. Maybe I'll add take off a few minutes here or there. But if you look at it here, in level 1, you're getting the 1% of the stabilizer. It jumps up to 3% at 6. I'm guessing at 11, we'll see 5. So every 5 levels, we're kind of seeing this jump. We've got up to 7. I'm at 24, so I've got it 10%. Won't go up to 15 until level 26. So yeah, there's quite a bit. It's going to be kind of a grind. And Scopely's really designed this, it feels like to me, with FOMO in mind, that you really can't punch up and get some of the access to some of the things in the refinery or in the research tree until you do have the building up to a certain level. I think we agreed, or was talking to someone in our alliance saying that they couldn't even get to like level 2 of some of the researches in the research tree until they had their building like to level 36, I think. So there's kind of a gate there as far as the building goes, it sounds like. If we hop into the aggregation, I'll give you my thoughts. I think there's some decent stuff here. Recon Locust level 51. It's got kind of a preview there for you for some of the stuff in there that you can get. But once again, it's locked behind that either pay or time wall 51. Common banner FTs. You may see more than me if you have. I think it's probably not showing the others for me that you might be able to get. But I probably unlocked those through like tournaments. Forbidden Tech Claim. It's got a little bit, not a ton in there. So I wouldn't focus on any of these to start off with. The Stasis Globe looks like a pretty good one to start to work on eventually. I do like the hazard resistance. That might be something worth putting on sale. I don't know, like a miner, maybe, if you're mining in transigen space, which, yes, transigen is still a thing. And then the particles you need here, the smuggled studies, aggregation smuggled studies, whatever that is, wherever that comes from, I mean. But anyways, that's going to be used in the research. So I wouldn't focus on that yet. I would do as much as I can with the common aggregation banner and then getting more of the locust schematics so you can upgrade your building. Because that seems to me really in this arc and with this loop where most of your gains is going to come from, okay? And I imagine as you're hitting up in levels, you have to go to higher level systems to get more loot. And so whether you can hit the 59s like I can or not, find the one where you can hit a couple hostels, I would say, and get as much loot as you can out of it. If we look at the aggregation, we'll look at this really quick. It's got piercing versus aggregation, apex barrier, not a ton, it looks like, to start off with. It does grow a little bit. Mining speed, damage against augment exiles, defense against aggregation. It's possible that as you are going up in levels that this may be helpful, but I think the big thing is you're taking so much damage from that shot that it does at the very beginning before any combat, any other officer's trigger or anything, that I think that the research is going to be secondary. I mean, look, it's got PvP stuff in here too. It's got some wave defense, some forbidden tech optimization, more stuff relating to the aggregation, and then this last one for 70 level players, increase the cost efficiency of the vengeance parts, which you can't even get till 70. But I thought that was pretty interesting. That should be a boon or a boost to hopefully I'm using that word right, a boost to the 70 level players. We're trying to work on getting their vengeance upgraded. So you can let me know if you disagree, but I think that the biggest benefit you're going to get, or the biggest kind of push towards moving you forward through this loop, is going to be through the building. So that's where I would focus your attention, where I would recommend you focus your attention. Get this building upgraded. And honestly, when I look at the research and I look at the building, the other benefits to the building, you all know I'm not a big spender, but I cannot honestly, like, I see no reason why you would want to buy a pack. like if you're a spender, you're gonna spend, you're gonna buy the day one pack because it has some value, and that's fine, and I don't shame on that whatsoever, by the way. But if you're kind of like, you know what, I'm the type of spender that spends on things if I see there's value, I just think this is one of those things you just kind of slow roll and you just slowly get more stuff, do events, get some loot, stock up for days, and then work on the building as you can. But gosh, if this is what they have this month, this is it's going to be a calm month. It's not going to be too exciting in Star Trek Fleet Command. Oh, we keep saying about hope for future months better improvement. Anyways, those are my thoughts on kind of navigating the hostels and how I would crew with them. We may see other strategies as we get more research and get that building leveled up. But for now, I think the best strategy is use a loot crew, go out, kill a couple of hostels, get what loot you can to do your turn-ins and do the SMS, and then just slow roll it. You know, if you're going to spend, go ahead. But if not, don't worry about it and just save your resources for a good spend event if they have one that comes along. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Feel free to leave your comments down below. Hope this video is helpful and kind of helps like explain the hostels a little bit better for some of you. Anyways, live long and prosper, and we'll talk to you next time.